Where's that skeleton contest going to be? Do you know?
No, I do not know. But see the little ranger there, she would probably know where it's going to be.
Okay. Where do you think that
And we'll make it, I'm going to put it in a clay thing that's similar to this. Then I've got herbs in one of them, but I've got another one about here somewhere. And so I'm going to put it in it, put it inside of the Dutch oven and bake it in there. Pudding cake is more like what we would think of a fruit cake. So I'm going to beat up my eggs to add to it. And I already have sugar. Now it's the unrefined sugar because in the 18th century white sugar was very expensive for anyone to buy. So I've creamed my butter and my sugar together. I've put flour on my fruit so it won't just sink to the bottom of the cake. The fruit that I'm using is citron, dried citron, raisins, and currants.
Okay.
Beat these up real good.
Yes, and watch bake this cake.
Then I think I add this to my, yes, to my sugar mixture. Cover this so the flies won't be bad, and I'm going to check on my stew. Turn it around because the side closest to the fire is going to be covered. I'm making a cake over here, so I just wanted to check that real quick. It has deer, bear, beef, pork, and lamb. Sweet potatoes, Irish potatoes, fresh corn off the cob. So I'm going to let that cook down, and I'll brown some flour, and I'm going to put it in it to thicken it. And then I'm going to make a hot crust to go on top of this to be a meat. That's my butter. Chop up some nuts. Set that aside just a moment.
Got a lot of whittling to do.
Skillet the furthest, or we can have a competition for the furthest and for accuracy. You know, if you put something down, you'll receive something perhaps a little bit more than just the accolades of your neighbors. Would anyone care to put something down for the purpose of engaging in the possibility of winning it back plus a little bit? Anyone? Then it looks like we are tossing. Where are you going, Mike?
Here's a man that's scared you.
Can I lay down?
Can you lay down?
Can I be on the blanket? Can I be
Yeah,
a prize?
I think, sir. You know, we might use your hat because it is such a large, you know, receptacle there, you know, to contain these things. But we do need a volunteer for the target in the accuracy competition. If anyone might be interested. So, ladies, what we're going to do, now this is strictly for the ladies. We have another competition for the gentlemen in our group. But what we're going to do here is engage to see who can be the woman that will win the prize, the accolades of all present, since no one cares to put anything in the blanket, of who can toss a number 8 skillet. I'm sure you've all seen one. Cast iron skillet, number 8 skillet, made in the USA. You got the handle. You can throw it like a hammer. You can throw it underhand. You might even get in there and do a frisbee toss. But I am going to go down there. What we got? I am going to go down, and we don't want anyone to throw it in the river, obviously. I could do that. And we don't want anyone to throw it in the road, obviously. So the line of toss will be from here to the tomahawk target. Could I please have my contestants line up over here, please? If you stick it in the tomahawk, the park manager promises you. Oh, we have some competitors. Mike? Mike. Okay, well, I will dedicate mine own skimmer. Now, who of the ladies, it was Christy and Susie put in horn. So you're the only ones competing for, ladies, an earring, necklace, bracelet, anything? Okay. What is your name, man? Sean. Engage and throw the skill.
What do you have to do, Dad?
We got rules here. That's a safety zone.
I'm sorry.
Do not pass the stakes and chunk it as far as you can out in that direction, and I will go out and mark your spot. Oh, well, we got a good mark on this one. That's sure skill and hun. I'm sure you can. Now, you're going to have to grab it with both hands. Give it a good toss. That would be huzzah. Huzzah. Let's give the young lady a hand. Good toss. She threw it more feet than she is years old. We have a new lead. Anyone else? Come on out here, hon, see if you can throw a skillet. Have you ever heard of a skillet chunking contest? First time? You might get some first time good luck. Is Davy here? Just pretend that's his boyfriend out there.
Good girl.
What's your name, huh? Lindsay, there is a number 8 skillet. This will show you that in future life there are more uses for this than what you might think.
Oh, yeah. Amen.
We might have to have a toss-off. Who's the little girl in front of you? We might have to have a toss-off between you two. You want to have a toss-off?
You can't do it yet.
Basically, I've got 2 that hit right here. So you 2 need to come out and have a runoff.
What's your William? Put all out there.
You beat them, and they don't get to do a runoff. There you go, honey. Chunk that skillet. Well, now, honey, you should have stepped up to the line. Do we give her another chance since you
Yeah. You should have told her to begin with. Go, Martha.
Yeah, honey, see, here's the line. You were way back there. You see, you lost 3 or 4 feet because of that. Rare by you. Okay, well, that didn't win then. Anybody else? Martha?
Derek, you want to try it, don't you?
You gonna chunk one?
So before you continue, perhaps I can offer you something, perhaps a little pastry here as well. Would you like to do something else?
Go ahead.
Go ahead, help yourself. Just go ahead and get yourself a little morsel right here. Would you like to have something? There we go. Have to cover it up because of the flies. It is a continual job getting rid of those flies and such. There we go. Claire, help yourself, child. Oh, we have to have these doors open. Why? The heat is absolutely insufferable if we do not have the doors open. And we do our baking outdoors. We have a wonderful, wonderful earthen bake oven out back. You'll have to be sure and see. We get up early and build the fire there first, and it gets real hot. And then we scoop the fire out, and then we put our bread inside it to bake. Works nicely. Oh my, we have all kinds of chores to do. We had our first meal of the day in the very early morning, and then we have our great meal, and then of course we have it in the middle of the afternoon. Do you ever like to chew on something that makes your breath smell really good? Crush this and smell it. It's mint. Grandmother grows mint. It's wonderful. Peppermint, spearmint, lemon balm. Oh, it is good to tea. When you crush the leaves, it releases the oils and the leaf. And you can do it in your hand like this. It smells nice. Would you like a leaf? See, I had my air conditioning going. Did you notice? I do. I have herbs here and there. It conditions the air.
We sit on our front porch.
Here we go. Let me give you a
There,
leaf.
see the mountains. And we don't hear any other human sound.
Everything is a layer.
If we hear a car, we go.
There. Go ahead and crush it. Crush it.
They're either lost or
Roll it in your hand.
but it's only like 20 minutes to Walmart. Yeah.
Just make it. See, very refreshing. Now peppermint works nicely if you have sort of an upset stomach sometimes. Chew a little peppermint.
No.
Works nicely to help you feel better. All manner of things you can do with your herbs and your plants and things like that. Have you been out back to see the garden? The Crockett's have a fine garden. That fence around it is called a wattle fence. It's woven like a basket. Takes a while to make it, but it keeps the animals and such out. Works very nicely. You have to go out there and see everything. It has all kinds of plants out there that have been grown from heirloom seeds and such. Have you ladies done your chores for today? Have you? You have not? Oh my goodness, you must have a lot of servants. Do you? A lot of servants do your chores. Well, now look out back here, let me show you. There's all manner of things out there. Are you pretty good at weeding? Are you? How about your sewing? Are you pretty good at sewing? Now you need to work on making those small stitches now because that's what the young gentlemen folk look for. How old are you lady folks? 12? You have just a couple more years before you need to think about getting married. You do? Just a few more years? Why, good day. How are you, madam? So good to see you. Oh, my. Has been a while, has it not?
It has.
Oh, it has. You are looking very fine indeed. I see that you've added a few things of decoration, which is quite lovely.
Well, you know, the boats came
Lovely
down the river
beads.
with all this.
Look at this. Did you notice what she has on? Look at all these things. She has some wonderful things on in her neck knife, so your fancy neck knife with the quilling. You might want to tell them a little bit about that.
Well, this is mainly quill work from the Eastern Indians. That means in this area, Cherokee, Cree. They didn't have a lot of beads because they had to wait for imports from European countries to bring the beads. So before the beads, they had porcupine quills. And what they did, they would pluck the quills from a porcupine by throwing a blanket over it. The quills would be entrapped in the blanket. Then they would have all these pretty long quills. Then they would get plants to make dyes, different colors of dyes, and they would dye this and then sew patterns in anything they wanted to decorate.
Just beautiful.
So I said,
And this, of course,
now this is
are
see,
trade
this is
beads,
what I'd like to
and these are from Italy, and they were brought over on ships.
simple like that that I could hang.
These are
out
very old beads, and of course these are freshwater pearls. And they had ample supplies of freshwater pearls because
That
they're
lady
in
has
mussel
a stone
shells
house up here. They had
that live
5,000
in the
acres,
creeks
like
and
last
along the
week,
rivers.
5,000 acres. And they had little
And
sharecroppers
this,
I'm sure you've probably collected them, have you not?
this is called a Trail of Tear bead. And this is a Cherokee bead.
But something
And these are grown on plants.
simple like that.
And it's said that when the removal of the Cherokee began,
Up in the upper part.
that the people would cry along the trail to Oklahoma, where they were removed to. And everywhere their tears fell, this plant would
Look at
spring
the
up.
mica in the fireplace.
So that's why it's called the Trail of Tear bead.
This is Jesse playing an old-fashioned game at Davy Crockett Days. Go, Jess!
Ready? Give her a minute. Zip.
Oh, Scott got it. Scott has to do it. You're doing good. I see you some good stuff.
Wow, she's good at this game. Let's see if she's playing with those. Okay, Lindsay, can start now. Are you done?
So, what's his name? Tim. What's his name? Larry. Introduce to you a man we all know of. A man whose legend of his life resounds across the countryside and brings a stirring to our heart. A man whose legend does not even come close to measuring up to what he himself is. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the third term, running for the fourth term, Davy Crockett of Tennessee and his Batman, Obadiah. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege and honor to introduce you to a man who is like us. He's a backwoodsman. He's a frontiersman. And he's one of the best congressmen we've ever had. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Congressman Colonel Davy Crockett. I'd like to introduce my good friend, Mr. Obadiah. Obadiah happens to be my financier. He happens to be a man that has earned his keep of good business. He's a hard-working man. He owns a distillery. And he's here to spread some fine spirit amongst my constituents. And I would at this time like for my constituents to gather around in front of me here, all my buckskinners and frontiersmen and all, like who's in the backwoods of Tennessee. I'd like for you to gather around. We're going to talk and visit a little bit. My good friend Obadiah, he's going to pass the spirit around that front. I'm a little dry here. That works right there. Other than that, it's just right. Come on. One of the things we're going to do today, more than anything, I reckon we want to try to address an issue that I'm sure all my backwoods kinsmen, I'm sure you are much concerned about something that's, well, old hickory has been at it again. See, we have a problem in this part of the country. You know, squatters are folks that settle out on open land, and many of you folks, you settle out on open land, state of Tennessee and the federal government, they have open land. Matter of fact, many of you probably are being evicted. Matter of fact, I know Mr. Bricker over here. He's gone through it. He's gone through it. And is anybody else? You've gone through it also. What's happened to you, sir?